What's up, guys? Your boy Sully the Great One back at it again, this time with another video. And that video is my top 5 Call of Duty Blackout guns. That's right, these are my top 5 guns, not top 5 rifle guns, SMG, snipers, none of that. But these are collectively my top 5 guns that I personally use after the big old patch. The first gun is going to be the Coordinate. The Coordinate is a solid SMG, especially with its high magazine clip. So that means you can pump a lot of bullets in there, and it just absolutely shreds at the mid-range and close range now. Close range, it's always been a beast of a gun, but now since the patch update with the additional buffs to bullets and length of shot, with the SMGs, the Coordinate is absolutely a must-have if you come across it in the early game or even late game when you don't have any of the other guns on my list. Now, the next gun on the list is actually going to be a sniper, and it's not going to be any of the two that you probably think it is. No, it's not the Paladin, which is probably the best damage and most accurate sniper rifle, but it sucks at mobility, let me tell you. It's like carrying a refrigerator running around with that big-ass gun. And no, it's not the Koshka, which you think, okay, obviously if it's not the Paladin, it's going to be the Koshka. So wait a minute, is it going to be the SDM? Nope, nope, nope. It's actually going to be the Outlaw. The Outlaw is my favorite, if not what I think is the best overall sniper when it comes down to the grand scheme of things if you come across multiple snipers in one match. Reason why I think it's the best is roughly the same damage as the Koshka, but it also shoots bullets a lot faster than the Koshka. So it has relatively the same damage, but it shoots bullets like almost the SDM. Now, the SDM is a constant. There's no sway. There's no real recoil. It's a constant shot, but you have to hit maybe 1 or 2 shots with that. With a good shot with the Outlaw, you're able to take people down with 1 hit, 2 at the most. But who cares about that? It's all about those headshots, baby. The next gun is probably what a patented Call of Duty gun is. It's probably number 1 on a lot of people's list. It made it to the number 3 spot for me just because I think the other two ahead of it in different situations are a little bit more valuable than this particular gun. This gun that I'm talking about is going to be the ICR. The ICR is probably the best overall gun when it comes to tap fire. Tap, 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 tap. The damage is so-so. Recently at the patch, there's been plenty of times where I do play with a lot with this silencer on it, where I'm mid-range and I absolutely shred someone, but I can't get the victory. There has been other times where I've won with the ICR on multiple occasions. It just really depends on your play style and how you shoot, but the ICR is fantastic. It's best when you're tapped. And what I mean by that is, let me grab my Vantage controller here. So here's my little Vantage. When you're rolling, you're looking, the circle's closing in, you're zooming in. It's all about that tap, 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 tap. You don't want to hold on to spray and pray. You want to maybe spray, stop, spray, stop, spray, stop. That way you can really control the movement and the actual accuracy of the gun and really nail your opponent down or the enemy down. The next gun on my list is actually going to be the KN-57. The KN-57 with a reflex sight and a silencer is arguably the best gun in the game. If you haven't tried that combination, try it out. A lot of times with the KN, when you're aiming down the sight and you're shooting, especially with an extended barrel, it tends to bounce a lot because it's an AK-47, right? That's pretty much what it is. So you put that silencer on, it limits the actual recoil of the gun, and if you use a reflex sight and not a scope, you don't have to worry about that sway too much. And then on top of it off, if you do the little tap stuff like you do with the ICR, you're going to be able to shred your enemy, your opponent, to pieces. It's one of the best guns overall, and anytime you come across the KN-57, forget the Rampart. I know it's got a buff because of the actual patch that came out. Throw that shit away. Anytime you come across a KN, it's an absolute must pick up. And finally, I think the overall best gun of the game, no, it's not the Vapor, is actually the Maddox. The Maddox, with all the little buffs that came to the assault rifles, every little piece like that, I've done some research. People say the accuracy is off on it. I completely disagree. When you find a stock to put on that with the extended barrel and extended mag, and you have like a 2-time scope on it or a reflex sight, that gun absolutely shreds people right on a dot. There's no sway, no nothing. You can hold that gun down and just pump a ton of bullets into people. Now, granted, you don't want to hold the gun down when you're doing long range. You never do. I saw a lot of material that I was reading up on, and a couple other YouTube videos where, like, hey, you know, it's not great long distance. And no gun is great long distance if you're holding down and just spraying and praying and hoping to hit somebody. When you're playing a long distance, you want to make sure you're always tap firing. Now, with this particular gun, you're able just to hold the gun down without any recoil and just mid-range go all through people. Now, I say mid-range, close range, and long range a lot throughout this video, and the reasons being, you should never take a shot long range if you don't feel that your accuracy is that great. You need to go ahead and move in on the enemy and actually fight them from a mid-range. And any of these guns from a mid-range is absolute beast. The only gun that you should probably use from a long range is probably the Outlaw or any other sniper rifle that you come across. Now, the big thing is, there's obviously more powerful guns than these. These are my personal top 5 guns. Do me a huge favor. Let me know what your top 5 guns are, or let me know what your best gun is, or your favorite gun. Sometimes your best gun and your favorite gun are 2 different guns overall. So please share that below. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Give the video a thumbs down if you didn't. It's all right. We all don't agree on everything. And if you haven't, click on that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks for all the love and support, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.